So here's the deal. I'm going to do this in 3 segments. If you're watching my Twitch, you'll be able to see this. I'm going to be doing a live crash analysis. I'm going to be looking at a compilation of car crashes and giving you my thoughts on them. The second thing I'm going to be doing is going over some legal news. There were some big verdict or big cases, big opinions announced today, specifically in the type of law that I practice. And then third, we'll open it up to question and answers for all of you people on here, okay, on my TikTok or on my Twitch. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go straight into the crash react. So we have a car got in the right-hand lane to pass on the right-hand lane, going through a green light. Car from the middle lane tries to turn, make a right-hand turn, crashes right into him. This is actually pretty interesting, right? So you can make an argument that both cars here are a little bit at fault. Clearly, this car in the point of view car is speeding. It's trying to pass this white car right here, this white Toyota. But this Toyota is trying to turn from the middle lane, and you can't do that. So remember, in court, fault is a spectrum. So you have to assign percentages of who's at fault. It's hardly ever solely one person or the other. So here I would go 75% at fault with this white car up in the front, 25% for the point of view car, simply because they were probably going too fast. They tried to merge as well. All right, so if you see this car is coming up on the front right, he tries to merge onto the freeway, onto the flow of traffic. He realizes that this black car in the lane that he's trying to get into has suddenly stopped, and he has no choice but to try to thread the needle between this white car and the black car, which he ends up hitting. However, if you can see here from these traffic lines that he is not able to cross the road at this point. This is a non-passing juncture, or just you can't do it. That's why they have the merge lanes there. So he tries to turn too soon. Probably these lines are there for this exact reason. So almost 100% at fault. This guy right here, it's predictable that traffic's going to slow down, but I'm surprised that the car flipped. I mean, he was not going very fast and the impact didn't seem too harsh, but this car just flips. Let's watch it one more time and move on. So almost exclusively 100% on the gray car that flipped. All right, this is a good example of proximate cause. All right, so look. This white truck, the white truck on the right, tries to cut across the entire flow of traffic, okay? But he doesn't have enough room to get over there. As a result, he causes a collision with a car that is already in the lane of traffic, causing the car that's already in the lane of traffic to bounce against the side and therefore get hit by the 18-wheeler. Now, obviously, this incident, the beginning of this accident was caused by the white truck. But the question is because the collision with the 18-wheeler caused the most amount of damage, could the 18-wheeler have avoided this crash and caused, less damage to occur? So the 18-wheeler that ended up hitting her is in the left-hand lane, meaning he or she is trying to pass traffic, going fast. Certainly you can make a case against the 18-wheeler, but it would be very, very difficult. Obviously, the main culprit, and again, multiple people can be at fault, is going to be that white car. So I would say 80%, 85% the white truck that cut across the lane, maybe 15% on the 18-wheeler, just out of initial curiosity. Oh, I already know what's going to happen before. We're going to rewind. I hate this. This happens in Houston all the time. All right, we're going to rewind. This car right here is getting off the freeway and tries to make a sharp right onto a side street, cutting across the lane of traffic. The individual in the point of view car does not have that much time to react, because by the time they identify that this car is making a right-hand turn, it's already too late. There's maybe only a couple feet. On 100% at fault with this car. This really makes me mad when I see people try to do this. It's really dangerous. All right, we're on a freeway. Oh, car just flipped. Okay, car just flipped over. I don't know why. There's nothing ahead of him. Let's watch it one more time to see if I missed something. Wow, flat. Okay, busted tire. When the people crash, they start talking and they go, okay, our tire blew out. So that could absolutely be a lawsuit. Defective tire lawsuits cause tons of damage and they kill people. I've seen cases where people are killed. They're just driving along, a tire pops that normally shouldn't pop. It's not old, it's not worn down, it's just defective. Pops, causes the car to rotate, pull over, turn over, kill someone, or really injure somebody. Those could absolutely be cases. So if you're ever in an accident and it's caused by a tire blowout, take pictures of the tire and go to an attorney. It could very well be a case. The only thing that's interesting about this is the end. This guy clearly caused self-accident. This is no other car on the road. It was caused by the Tesla autopilot. So that brings up a very interesting point, which I've talked about in a lot of videos. So if you get into a crash on Tesla autopilot, who's responsible? You are responsible. The driver's responsible. Tesla autopilot isn't supposed to be completely automatic, at least not yet. You are responsible for the car. So if you're on autopilot and you get into an accident and you hurt someone, you're going to be liable. 22 women were awarded $4.2 billion because Johnson & Johnson, the evidence shows, or what we believe the evidence shows, that baby powder has asbestos in it. Not only that, we believe that Johnson & Johnson knew for decades that they knew baby powder had asbestos in it. And when women would use baby powder with asbestos in it, it would cause ovarian cancer and fallopian tube cancer. And why did Johnson & Johnson keep selling this? Why do we believe they kept selling this? Because they just made a ton of money off of it. They don't care about people getting hurt. They're just a huge corporation. And the appellate court in Missouri, affirmed that. I mean, look at this. We've defined that there was significant reprehensibility in the defendant's conduct. The harm suffered by the plaintiffs was not just physical, but was not just economic. Plaintiffs developed and suffered from ovarian cancer. A reasonable inference from all the evidence is that it is motivated by profits. Defendants disregarded the safety of consumers despite their knowledge that talc in their products caused ovarian cancer, right? So don't take my word. Don't take the incentivized personal injury lawyer's word for it. Take the court's word for it. LSAT study tips. Study under timed conditions. You could know everything. If you can get all the answers right in unlimited time, that doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean anything because, it's all about doing it under timed. If you get stuck on one question for 10 minutes, well, that could screw you up for the entire rest of the exam. If you don't know a question and you won't know a question, just move on. You got to forget about it. You got to get it out of your head. How much does your choice of law school matter? It depends on what you want to do. If you want to go into big law, it totally matters. They look at class ranking. They look at law school ranking. They totally eat that stuff up. Absolutely. If you want to be a trial lawyer or a plaintiff's lawyer or basically any other type of lawyer, they don't care. You can go work for the best personal injury law firm in the country. They won't care what law school you went to. They'll care if you're likable and you're a good person and you're a good lawyer. They won't care what, those fancy white collar law firms that charge 0.1 billable hours for every email they read. Those are the ones who care about the grades. We got 4 people on my Twitch. This is huge. I got 54 people on my TikTok. I got 4 people on my Twitch. I'm huge. Can I run away if I got money in a house with my cousin? Probably not, if you're underage. All right, Twitch people, we're gonna end this recording. It was fun. We'll talk tomorrow.